So this is where Moses becomes Moses. See, when he's talking to God in the burning bush, Moses is commissioned as a prophet, which means he's commissioned as a messenger of God. He's commissioned as someone who's given a message to go and deliver to God's people. And that message is a message of hope and of freedom. And not only to God's people, but Moses is actually called to go and deliver a message to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. And that message is deliver my people, release my people. Let us go and worship our God, a 3 days journey away. And God admits that he doesn't think Pharaoh's going to do that. So instead, he's going to bring wonders into the land, right? God is going to show his power to Egypt, and then they will let them go. And God is going to give them blessing, give Hebrews blessing in the midst of that, including their freedom, from their servitude, from their suffering. God had heard their cries. God had seen their pain, and now he was going to deliver them. Now Moses hears this, and he wants to know, who are you, God? What is your name? In other words, I'm going to go and deliver a message to my people and to the Egyptians. My people may not believe me. The Egyptians, they have their own gods who they believe are so powerful. Who am I to go and deliver this message? And God's response is, I am who I am. A couple verses later, he says, tell them that the Lord, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, has sent you. Now, the Lord is basically this Hebrew word that means I am. It's similar. And so what God is doing is simply saying this: go and tell them that I exist. Right? God is. This is the God who made a covenant with Abraham, the God who has brought blessing and hope to the people of Israel, the sons and the families and the clans and the tribes of Jacob. This is the God. See, what God is doing is saying, yes, all of these other nations, all these other kingdoms, including Egypt, they worship gods. They have all of these names and all of these statues and all of these inscriptions and all of these prayers and all of these temples and all of these priests and all of these things to worship these other gods. And what God's response is simply this: I am. I am God. I created all things. God is. What God is saying is, do not fear the power of man, or do not fear the power of whatever it is that they worship. Because the God who created all things is the God who has made a covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. It's the God who's sending you, Moses, as my prophet. He is. See, a lot of times for us, we can feel compelled to be fearful, to be worried, to be anxious, to be scared of what this life has for us, and even more for what God might be calling us to do. When we've been talking about living this righteous life, in theory, that's easy, right? In theory, maybe we can figure that out, what the right thing to do is, but then to actually do it, we have to have faith that God is, that he is who he says he is, that he is powerful. And what he tells Moses is, this miracle you're seeing, this voice coming from this burning bush that is not being destroyed by this fire, this miraculous, supernatural, natural occurrence, this is just a picture. This is just an image. This is just a taste of who it is that I am. Go and deliver the message because God is. God is the one sending you, Moses. And when Jesus calls his disciples, it's still the one that's sending us is God. He's calling us to go and be messengers to our people, right? To be encouragement to other Christians, to deliver them into more hope and remind them of the gospel and of the love of God. And he's also calling us to go and be messengers in this world. And we can be confident in that message, regardless of what may come, some kind of persecution, some kind of suffering, some kind of joy and celebration, whatever may come, we are able to endure it. We are able to enjoy it. We are able to live it out, and we are confident in that message because it is God who is sending us. Right? It's not just a God. It's not just one of many gods. It is the God, the Almighty, the powerful, the Creator, the one and only God is the one sending us to go and be messengers in this world, to deliver his gospel to any who would hear it and believe, that they might have hope, that they might find salvation, that they might be rescued, that they will be set free. And so God is telling Moses also to be my messenger and set my people free.